From Britain's The Independent, activists are warning that the Arctic will become the new environmental battleground because the BP Oil Corporation has announced plans to drill there, one of the last great unspoiled wildernesses on Earth.
And then 5% of shares of BP will be transferred to British Petroleum and vice versa, and this is worth around $8 billion.
Greenpeace and the Worldwide Fund for Nature have vowed to confront BP's American boss Bob Dudley over the agreement with the Russian state-owned oil giant Rosneft to explore the Kara Sea north of Siberia. The British energy firm was branded the world's environmental villain #1 by Friends of the Earth last week in response to its move to exploit potential oil reserves in the remote waters. Environmentalists are dismayed that BP has decided to set up rigs in an area of great biodiversity and treacherous weather conditions. The region is one of the few remaining havens left for a number of endangered species, including polar bears, walruses, and beluga whales. And while the waters of the Kara Sea are relatively unexplored, they are known to house key fish species such as halibut, capelin, and Arctic cod. The controversial decision to open the area up to oil drilling comes after the Deepwater Horizon rig explosion in the Gulf of Mexico last April. The disaster wrecked BP's reputation, and activists are concerned that the remote Arctic is even more susceptible to environmental disasters. Dax Lovegrove of WWF said, quote, "Oil spill response plans in the Arctic are even less adequate than we saw in the Gulf of Mexico. There is less infrastructure, like equipment to ring-fence oil spills and ships to skim off oil on the surface of the water." Greenpeace is even more damning of the deal, which also sees BP and Rosneft take shares in each other worth a total of more than $15 billion. Greenpeace pointed out that last year the government of Greenland refused to allow BP to drill in its Arctic waters. Meanwhile, shares rose in both companies on the heels of the announcement of the Russian deal.